Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about some excellent long-lasting fragrances that work for the warmer weather. I can't wait to share these with you, but before we get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Join the Weird Wonderful family. It would be amazing to have you part of the community, and let's get into this. Now, quickly, before we get started, I just want to share and remind you guys or let you guys know if you haven't seen any of the other videos where I talk about this, but I created a perfume journal. So they come in 3 different colors. And the idea behind this was to create something where you guys can kind of journal your fragrances and use it either as a reference. I know that I and a lot of my friends have tons of samples, and it's hard to keep track of what you've tried and have some sort of consistent thing. It gives you the capacity to write in the house name, the fragrance, the price, whether you get a compliment, the longevity, what it smells like to you, what the notes are. It gives you some descriptor words here that you can just circle or highlight. It gives you, you can put your own descriptor words in, whether you like it or not. And I find this extremely helpful, especially when I'm going through a whole house or a discovery kit. This is just fantastic because by the time I've smelt them all, I can't even remember what they were like. So this gives me the ability, and it keeps everything consistent in my responses. So I love using this. You can use it as a diary and just keep track of your daily fragrance usage and how it makes you feel that day. You can date it. And then I also numbered all the pages and gave you the capacity to put it into the table of contents so you can actually keep track of your fragrances. So they come in 3 different colors. All of them have the perfume bottle, and they come in soft and hardcover, and you can get them on Amazon. I'll have them linked down below. They're always linked down below if you're interested. But yeah, I'm really proud of them, and many of you have commented that have purchased that you really like them. There's some reviews now on Amazon, which I so appreciate. Those of you that took the time to leave a review, that was so kind. So thank you so much. But yeah, these are $12.99 US, and then the price depends on the country that you're in. But most places that where they do printing in printing for Amazon, you can purchase them. So yay! So today we're talking about long-lasting fragrance that works in the summer. Now the thing is that you don't always want a long-lasting fragrance. I enjoy having beast mode fragrances if I'm going to be busy the whole day, but overall, I honestly don't want a fragrance that lasts more than about 6 hours, 7 hours max, because I really enjoy spraying something different on later in the day. But these ones are fragrances that when I think about them, it's like I don't usually put something on different because I can still smell it throughout the whole entire day. So I can't wait to share these with you. The first one I'm going to start with is Jardin de MISFAH. Now, this is by Une Nuit Nomade, and honestly, all the fragrances from Une Nuit Nomade are relatively long-lasting. This one, however, to me is super long-lasting. It's delicious. It's a date rose fragrance. To me, there's a slight tart feel to this fragrance. It has cardamom and nutmeg in the opening, although to be honest, I don't notice a whole lot of either of those. Maybe a little bit of nutmeg, but no cardamom per se. It has date and rose in the heart, and then it has almond and saffron in the base. So the notes are simple, it's sweet, it's delectable. If you love dates, this is a must-have. But what I find, I would say that this one would be in the same kind of family as something like a Rose's Vanille, but maybe not quite as tart feeling, but it's the same kind of sweetness with that rose. I think it's absolutely beautiful. What I love about this one is that it doesn't feel thick and cloying, even though it lasts a long time. So it feels almost delicate or airy, so you can breathe. It doesn't feel thick and heavy. It smells airy and delicate, but it lasts so long on my skin. So I notice it. Even you know how a fragrance, you all of a sudden don't notice it, but then you're moving throughout the day and you get these glorious whiffs. That's this fragrance. So I think it's absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous fragrance, really versatile because you can really wear it all year round. Definitely I get at least 8-9 hours out of this fragrance. So love it. An affordable fragrance that is really extremely long lasting to me is Trussardi Donna. Now this one projects for about 6 and then it stays a little closer to the skin for at least 9-10 hours on my skin. Now that's the other thing. When it comes to fragrance and the longevity, it depends on your climate. It depends on how long you can smell. Like a lot of times, if a fragrance that everyone else is saying, oh, it lasts a long time, and you try it and you can't smell it in an hour, likely others can smell it, but you've just gotten used to it and become anosmic to it. So that's something to consider. So I love being able to smell my fragrance all day, but I definitely want it to be noticeable to others. And so lots of times, like with Jardin de MISFAH, like I said, I don't notice it at first, or like after a certain amount of time, I don't necessarily notice it, but then I'll catch a whiff of it. Other people are smelling it on you for sure if you're catching whiffs of it. So, you know, and again, it can be your weather can change your skin, how much your skin eats the fragrance, whether your skin is moisturized. All of those make a difference, but I've always found Trussardi Donna to last forever on the skin. This one is beautiful because it's got this delicious lemon yuzu combination that smells so fresh, invigorating, but not like cleaning product or citrus. It smells like a beautiful, juicy, sweet lemon. Like, I love it. There's a bit of creaminess in here. There's some white floral, a little bit of woodiness in the dry down. But this, the lemon stays present the whole entire wear of the fragrance. Whereas a lot of fragrances that are considered freshy or citrus, you lose that lemon component. In this one, the lemon stays the whole day. I find that this one is very smooth. Some fragrances are fizzy, other ones are really smooth. This one feels smooth and silky, and it's very elegant. So this is a fragrance you could wear all year round for sure. Longevity, excellent, but I do find that I think about it more in the spring and summer because that's when I got it, and that's when I enjoy wearing lemon fragrances in particular. But seriously, this is signature scent worthy. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it's relatively affordable. Now, this one comes in an intense version and an EDT version. The EDT has a silver cap and kind of a white to clear ombre. The intense version has kind of the greyhound or duck looking head. The EDP is the one with the gold head, and this is the one to go for. I like this one better than the intense. The EDT is really fine, but it doesn't last that long, whereas this one has the longevity and it smells amazing. I do have a video, I'll try to remember to link it down below, where I compare all the different versions of this particular fragrance. Fantastic! Next fragrance that I use honestly to kind of boost the longevity of certain fragrances is Pesho Yuzu by Kais. Now this fragrance again is very affordable. I think it's $45 for a 30 ml. I did have a discount code. I think it still works, but the people that make Kais, they're like a little independent family run business. So sometimes they take breaks and then they come back. So if they're on a break, feel free to check out their fragrances because they eventually show up again, or they start production again after their breaks. The Pesho Yuzu is amazing. Come to think of it, Zucchero Filato, that is a cotton candy fragrance. That is one of my longest lasting fragrances, period. And it smells totally like pink cotton candy, and it lasts for like 10 hours. This one I get about 8 hours out of. The projection is moderate, so it's not a massive projector. In the end, it sits closer to the skin, but the smell of the peach is so delicious. Sometimes I find peach fragrances don't last very long. So if I want to up the peach, I'll add this, but I also love adding this to coconut fragrances or vanilla fragrances because it makes them amazing. I find that this one smells like peaches and sugar. As it warms up on the skin, it almost gets the smell of sugared pastry. So a peach turnover with puff pastry. That's the vibe it gives me. It's seriously freaking awesome. So I love this one. Zucchero Filato by Kais, really long lasting as well. You can't go wrong with either of them, especially if you like straight up cotton candy. Fantastic fragrance. So many of the Kais fragrances are amazing. Another fragrance that I find is super long lasting on me is Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar by Kayali. I was shocked by this one because I wasn't anticipating it to last a long time, but if I spray this, it's on my skin for at least 9 to 10 hours. So I don't know if it just gets in my hair or on my clothes or what, but if I put this on, this is the only fragrance that I can wear for the day. Now, what I really love pairing this with, to the point that I have to get it soon, is Santal Vanille by Seven Virtues. That is the most beautiful sandalwood vanilla. I love it. Like, I just think it's gorgeous. Paired with this, it just makes the most amazing combination. But I was looking for a sandalwood in my collection, and I do have Melig Perfumes Guillaume, and it's a perfume oil. Now this has rose in it that's just gorgeous, like a beautiful, beautiful rose absolute in here. It's so amazing. But it also has some sandalwood, and it smells just divine. Like, I love the sandalwood in this. If you like rose and sandalwood, this is a gorgeous fragrance. Pricier, but it's decent longevity because it's a perfume oil. So I put the perfume oil on and then just put a spritz of this, and I love this combination again. The rose, it smells like a candied rose with some woody undertones with the sandalwood. So I really enjoy this combination, but I also just really want to get Santal Vanille. I have to get it because I'm obsessed with the combination of this and Santal Vanille, which also lasts really long on the skin. This one, it smells like candied, it smells like candy floss, candy, sugary pear. So it's got a pear note that smells quite cooked down, similar to La Belle by Jean-Paul Gaultier, that pear note, but the pear note is pared way down, and then it's like enveloped. It'd be like you take the pear out of La Belle and then you enshroud it in cotton candy and kind of powdery, sugary candy rock stuff. That's the vibe that you get from this. So the notes in this are candied pear, sweet violet, bubblegum, white caramel, rock sugar, and vanilla cream. It's really scrumptious. This is a great layering fragrance, but seriously, on its own or layering, the longevity on this for me is amazing. Now again, I looked on Fragrantica, and this is considered moderate for most people, but on me, it lasts forever. Like, can't wear anything else that day if I put this on. Last one that is not just long lasting, but literally beast mode. Like, I will smell this fragrance for 24 hours. Is Coco Vanille by Mancera. My guess is Holidays is the same way, but this lasts forever on my skin. I love this fragrance. So this has coconut and peach on the opening. Definitely get the coconut, just a hint of peach. It's got ylang ylang, jasmine, and tiare. I definitely get a lot of the tiare with a little bit of that ylang ylang, no jasmine that I notice. And then the base is vanilla, musk, and woody notes. I don't ever really notice that base. What I get primarily is coconut, a little bit of a citrusy, so it doesn't feel too thick. And then that tiare flower, it's so delicious. And it smells like a party. It smells like a vacation. And I've said it before, this is like you go on a vacation, you think you're gonna be, sitting in the sun, enjoying a party, all of that kind of stuff, and you end up kidnapped, and you go through this massive escapade where you figure out that somehow you were trained by the CIA when you were like a baby or something. You didn't realize this until you were in the situation, but somehow you got implanted with the ability to like do every ninja move there was. You take care of the bad guys, you bring down a whole entire ring of crime, you save the world, you're smelling like this the whole time. Like, a week goes by and you still smell like Coco Vanille. You smell fabulous, you save the world, and then you somehow become like this massive 007 type of agent, except you're a female, and you just rock the world, man. You rock the world in Coco Vanille. So this fragrance is super fun to wear. It doesn't feel too thick. So sometimes, Like I have Coco a la Vanilla by Kais. That's an excellent coconut fragrance, but it smells like coconut meat. It's straight up coconut, super duper like thick and rich. And I find fragrances like that can sometimes feel a little too cloying in the heat. Whereas this, even though it's beast mode, like seriously, you will have to shower to get this off. It doesn't feel too thick or cloying somehow. So just a fantastic fragrance, really fun to wear, super celebratory, and I love it. So Coco Vanille by Mancera. And that is it. Those are some long-lasting fragrances that I enjoy rocking for the summer. What about you? What are some of your most long-lasting fragrances? Another one that has amazing longevity is Flora Botanica, but it's hard to get a hold of. But that rose mint combination, just seriously, it lasts 12 hours on my skin. So that's another one that's amazing, that's not too thick in the heat. But all of these are fantastic wears and they don't get too cloying in the heat, and yet they're so long lasting. So let me know what your favorites are. And other than that, I hope you have an amazing week and we'll talk to you soon.